of all, thank you, sir, Your Excellency. It was an extremely inspiring speech you gave us. And now I would like to call upon Mr. Shashank Shekhar Shukla. He wears many hats from an ex soldier to a social entrepreneur to a politician and to an author. A Harvard graduate and a PhD, economics from IIM Lucknow. He is the co founder of Ivy Dreams, a startup aimed at helping young scholars fulfill their aspirations. He is also the co founder of Gurukul Group of Institutions, a social venture which includes a low cost graduate college in rural UP, a charitable school for destitute children, and a teachers training college. The aim is to use quality education as a tool for social transformation. And today we are having him here and he'll be sharing his thoughts on youth and the way forward. Mr. Shukla, please take over.
Isha, for a generous introduction, especially considering the August company that I'm part of. Thank you so much to the entire TCR team for this opportunity. And also a special thanks for listening to luminaries like Ambassador Vishnu Prakash sir, and even Professor Jaiswal and the dear friend Vansh. So with that, a vote of thanks from my side, I would like to launch into the topic that I am going to talk about today, which is getting involved. And I'm going to steal bits and pieces. That is the advantage of going last, actually. And Vansh, I don't envy you in going in first. So I'm going to build upon, with my limited capabilities, upon what Vansh has said, what Ambassador Vishnu Prakash sir has said. The topic that I'm going to try and motivate our youth who are part of this session today is to actually get involved in shaping yourself, the society around you, and ultimately the nation that you want to see. Now, firstly, let's talk about shaping yourself. Now, I would harken back to my days in the National Defense Academy when I was training to be an Indian Air Force fighter pilot. I came from a normal middle class background in Lucknow, and I didn't even know how to wake up early. Right now, in the first term, I remember the seniors, right, expected you to wake up at 3 o'clock, and at 4 o'clock you had to kind of be vanished from the washroom after washing your clothes, after shaving and doing all of that, because at 4 the seniors came and the bugle rang at 5 o'clock in the morning. The muster was at 5 in the morning. So that is where my journey of shaping myself started, right? Where earlier the things that I felt were impossible for me, like waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning, right? Or sleeping for just 4 hours in a day. I'm not advocating that youngsters should sleep for 4 hours in a day. I'm talking about what is possible, right? So this journey of pushing yourself and realizing what is it that you can achieve, right? If you have a desire. And ever since I remember I was a child, and I always saw myself, right, as a fighter pilot, and one day maybe going out to defend my country. And that desire, that passion for what you want really pushed me to, as I said, wake up at 3 in the morning. I never knew how to press my own shots, right? And I learned in 2 days, just a few rolls, right? And I knew how to kind of make a razor edged shots, right? So, and how to see your face in your own boots, right? I had never polished my boots, meaning till class 12th, my mother used to do it, right? I'm openly accepting on this platform. But there I learned within a week, and they used to shine like crazy. We could see our face in that. So the first thing that I would say to the audience here, falling back on the same anecdotal perspective that Ambassador Vishnu Prakash said, from my anecdote, that please discover your passion, right? If you know where you want to go, right, then pushing yourself will become that much easier. You will not mind getting up at 3 o'clock. You will not mind polishing your shoes, which you've never done. You will not mind finishing your breakfast in 3 minutes, because success comes at a price, right? And the price is having a clear vision and willingness to work for it. Now, as you see that right now I'm sitting in a kurta pajama wearing a koti. So of course I'm not in the Indian Air Force, right? As luck would have it, in the Air Force Academy, I met with an accident, and I had to be discharged from duty with full military honors, right? That shattered me. And as Vansh was talking about, that things will not be linear, I would also say that life will throw surprises at you, right? Life will always throw spanner in the works, right? The key is that you get up, right, and hit back. And again, I'm talking as a soldier, okay? Many a times, right, what has happened that you are walking and life would give you a sucker punch in the face, right? And you'll fall back and it's fine, right? Please do find it within yourself to get up, right, and give two back in the face of life. Okay, so that is an ex-soldier telling you, please, life will give you sucker punches. Get up, right? Because when I hear so much mental health issues, people giving up, right, quite easily, trust me, people have faced a lot of challenges and overcome them, right? And I have had my share of challenges, right? Please make sure that you don't give up, right? Get up and fight again. And ultimately, if you keep getting up and keep moving forward towards that vision that you have for yourself, trust me, one day you will get there. Then I would again here use a small saying which I have borrowed from one from the movie Rocky and Rocky Balboa says it, and one from Milkha Singh, right? And many youngsters would probably enjoy these sayings. Milkha Singh ji, right? Everybody knows Milkha Singh, right? The celebrated athlete who took for the first time who took India to the world stage in athletics. He says, hard work, willpower, and dedication. For a person with these qualities, the sky is the limit. And then Rocky Balboa further supplements it, and this is something that I really identify with, and this is where kind of I was talking about just a moment earlier. I'm not the smartest, richest, or the most talented person. I succeed because I keep going and going and going. So that was the point that I was trying to drive, that you will fall. Please make sure that you get up and you soldier on. Now, moving on from that, uh, as Vansh said about taking risks. Now, as you've said, uh, that I wear many hats. I wear many hats because as a consequence of moving on and on and on, no, right? Life has given me many hats and I have accepted them, those responsibilities with aplomb. When life denied me being the life of a soldier, right, I had the opportunity to become an entrepreneur, a social entrepreneur, and opened schools and colleges for the poor in hinterlands of UP, right? And my networks contributed, and I still don't know from where all the resources came from, but friends and family got together, and now we do educate about 2,000 children, most of them at zero or near zero cost, and it works. And if you ask me where it all happened, I really do not know the answer, because most of the people here would know that establishing something in a brick and mortar model, establishing schools and colleges, requires immense capital, and that for a person coming from middle class background, simply that does not work. But again, as I said, if you get up, you have a vision, and you're willing to struggle, then the stars and the moons and the universe will contribute to help you get towards your vision. Now, the typical thing about this is that you should be willing to take crazy risks, right? Please, for the youth that is there today, right? Please take crazy risks. You are in that age, right? And I am kind of just at the borderline when I pass out from youth, right? So yeah, meaning, sorry, I'm just disclosing my age here, okay? But the thing being that at your age, make sure that you take risks. What is it that can happen? At worst, you can fail, but even from failure, you will learn, which will help you do better in the next crazy risk that you take, right? So one of the key messages that I want to kind of leave with you here is that you should never be afraid to take risks. Now, when I talk about all of this, one key element, right? Everybody talks about taking risks. Everybody talks about your passion. Many people talk about when you fail, you get up and all that. There are two things that are extremely important, right? Which is very old school but very relevant. Thousands, as Ambassador Vishnu Prakash said, right, that there are thousands of people who dream about becoming Prime Minister of India, right? But before Modi ji became the Chief Minister and before he became the Prime Minister, if you read his autobiography, he did one thing, right? He worked very, very hard, right? The old work very hard, be very disciplined till this day and age. Although I come from a political dispensation which is opposing to the ruling dispensation, but still I respect the hard work and the discipline, because you can have all the dreams in the world, you can have all the passion, you can take all the risks, but you will fail again and again if you are not willing to supplement that with sheer hard work, the number of hours, and that too in a disciplined manner, right? Even an ox works hard, right? You need to work hard, but in a very disciplined fashion. So that is the key. All these things combined, in my mind, right, are the keys to success. Then uh, one more thing that I would like to add to that, and this is again building upon what one said at the beginning, that everybody is looking for a job, right? Everybody is looking to have internships. I compliment, right? Like Paki and Isha. I've known Isha for a small time. Even Vansh, right, is extremely young, and he has positioned himself in a place where recently I was part of his team actually, where they led dialogues, right, for the entire country, UN 75 dialogues, and thousands and thousands of youngsters participated in it. I love to participate in it. So the moral of the story, right? And Isha was leading the team in UP, right? I was part of her team also. So what I want to get across, that if you are young, does not mean that you cannot be a creator of opportunities. Please do not always look to be consumer of opportunities, right? Please create internships, right? Please be a wealth creator. Please be a job creator and not always be a seeker. Because if India has to realize its destiny, then it needs more Vanshas, it needs more Ishas, it needs more Pakis, right? And and yes, definitely we need people to coalesce around them, but we need a whole lot people who will create opportunities and not just look to consume opportunities. The last thing, as I kind of wind up, because I've got 10 minutes and I want to stick to my time, is that there are couple of things, right, which will be very important as we move forward, like the skills of the 21st century. Now, this is very practical advice that I've seen, that sustainability, and Ambassador Vishnu Prakash was alluding to that. Sustainability and conservation is the need of the hour. right? So whatever you do, right, and as someone was mentioning, this might not be taught to you, right, in the classroom, but having a sustainable perspective about everything that you do will help you be a global citizen, because, borrowing ambassador's words, the world is becoming a global village, right? So if you have to be a global citizen, you have to be mindful that we leave a better world than what we inherited. So, sustainability, having a global mindset are two of the things, right? And being a creator instead of a consumer of opportunities are broad 21st century skills that every youngster should look to develop. So, on that note, I would kind of quickly recap the key things and then end it there. Firstly, discover your passion. Secondly, don't be afraid to fail. Fail, get up, fall, again, get up, fall again, and then march on. Okay. Then, please, just dreams, right? Just failing and getting up will not get you there. Please be prepared to put in the hours in a disciplined fashion. Then take crazy risks. And lastly, be a creator of opportunities and not a consumer of opportunities. On that note, I would like to thank again the distinguished panel that is there for making me a part of it, and the organizing team of TCR for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much.